Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, this review is about a beer named Sue. King Sue is a 7.8% double IPA from Toppling Goliath Brewing Company in Decorah, Iowa. Earlier this year, I took a look at Fire, Skulls, and Money and Pseudo Sue, both from Toppling Goliath, and at the time that those videos were made, I had to drive to Ohio to pick them up, or I had to wait for them to come from Tavour. Now, since then, of course, the good news is that they've started distributing here in Michigan, so we really don't have to jump through all those hoops to get their beers here now, and they've got a bunch that are hitting the market, but I got a chance to try King Sue way back a couple years ago when I was in Boston, and I remember it being a total juice bomb. But that was before I'd gotten to try a lot of the beers that I've tried since, a lot of these double IPAs or the New England style IPAs. So let's see if it stands up. But first, we're going to take a look at the label. So on the front here, it says King Sue Double India Pale Ale, and it has the T-Rex that is featured in the Field Museum in Chicago, which is named Sue. And on the side here, it says Toppling Goliath Brewing Company, brewing up history with Field Museum. And then turning a little bit more, it says, this lusciously hazy double IPA gains its bold flavors of mango, orange, and pineapple from the use of delicious Citra hop. All hail the king. Live beer, please refrigerate. This is 16 fluid ounces, which equals 1 pint, and it says brewed in beautiful Decorah, Iowa. And then, of course, it says brewed by Toppling Goliath Brewing Company in Decorah, Iowa, tgbrews.com, and the government warning. This looks like packaged on September 18th, 2020, and it says best by January 16th, 2021. Today is November 14th. I was hoping that I could find a can that was a little bit, more recently brewed, but I think that they just did that one big September just packaging thing, sent them all out to Michigan, at least here where I am in Southeast, Lower Michigan. It was, all the places that I had gone and seen this, it was all the same package date. So I'm going to use my IPA glass, and we're going to crack this, but of course we're going to get a nose out of the can first. And yeah, I smell big time mango just coming directly out of the can here. It's got a little bit of that dank kind of funkiness as well. Let's go ahead and pour it. And just a side note, this was like the big whale beer for me for a long time. I got to try it in Boston. It seemed like forever since, after that I was able to try it outside of that one trip to Boston. So let's go ahead and pour this. It's coming out very hazy, very yellow, a pale yellow coming out of the can, and pouring it into this glass. It's going to be a whole lot of head because that's what this glass does. It is made for huge heads on beer, but the bubbles just pouring it are just like super dense. I feel like you could almost, lay something on top of this and it would just sit on top of the head on this. This is a good, easily probably 4 fingers worth of head. It's huge. I can smell the aromas that I'm getting off of this are just like big time mango, and a bit of like a citrus, just kind of dank citra. If you've had beers that IPAs that have that citra hop featured, that you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's big time mango, really tropical aromas here. But let's go ahead and hold it up to the light. Very hazy, almost like a milky yellow, but very pale yellow. And putting my hands up between my lights and this glass, I can see the shadow, but I'm not seeing through that at all. It's super hazy, super opaque. If it was a little bit more opaque, I wouldn't see much of that shadow. So I am seeing quite a bit of shadow, but all said, it's very hazy. And putting a nose on the glass itself, yeah, just getting big mango aroma. It's been mango like from the start to the pour to the sniff here. Big mango aromas. Again, getting a bit of kind of like that dank aroma in there as well. So let's go ahead and pour a little bit more, just so we get a little bit more in the glass here. And that head, as you can see from the overhead, is just really fluffy. Very, it loosened up a little bit after the initial pour, but it's still very fluffy. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Cheers. So the mouthfeel, let's start with the mouthfeel. It's very pillowy, very soft. It's not It's not what you would think of as a double IPA kind of mouthfeel. Now, this beer says it's a double IPA. I think we probably think of it more as a New England style double IPA. But yeah, the mouthfeel is a nice, pillowy, soft mouthfeel. Let's talk about the taste. I'll take another drink for that taste. So the taste itself, on the upfront, I think the overwhelming flavor upfront is mango. It has a little bit of a citrus bitterness. That bitterness is there. It's definitely present. It's not hidden. You know, you don't feel like it's hidden under layers of anything else. It's there, but it's very smooth. It's a smooth bitterness. It's there to tell you that it's there, but it's not overpowering. It's very smooth again, like that New England style, you know, double IPA bitterness that you usually expect. It carries that same characteristic. And then on the swallow, you get a lot of that mango and the bitterness. And the swallow, even in that initial flavor, that initial, you know, taste, you get the mango, but you also get this sweet kind of pineapple flavor in there as well. But on the swallow, that's when the pineapple really starts to expose itself, make itself known. The aftertaste, what I'm getting now after talking, is a bit of a dryness. It's not overly dry. It's not like you know, it's not like a vacuum came in and sucked all the moisture out of my mouth. But I still have some moisture in there, but it does have a bit of a dry finish. Let's go in for another drink here. Yeah, I mean, the two flavors that I can talk about that are just kind of like the main feature of this are the mango up front. You get a little bit of a citrus, almost maybe even a hair of a piney bitterness in there, and then the pineapple comes through after that. It's kind of like you get the pineapple as it kind of swishes around in your mouth and on the swallow. Obviously, the mango is big up front, and then even after the swallow, the big flavor that you pick up after that is again a lot of mango. So it's like mango, bitterness, pineapple, mango. So it's like this mango sandwich, right? Where the mango takes place of the bread. You got a little bit of that bitterness in there, and you got a little bit of that pineapple, and then mango again. So it's if you think of it in layers like that, that's the overwhelming flavor, I think, is mango. But it has this juiciness to it, and again, I kind of attribute that juiciness to being more of that pineapple flavor. Uh, it's just a really refreshing beer. The alcohol, the ABV on this, I believe I said was like 7 point, I think it was 7.8, if I remember correctly what I said earlier in the intro. But it is not, you know, it's not something where the 7.8 is really prevalent or something that really pushes in your face. It's really nice and smooth. It's buried in there. And a lot of the double IPAs nowadays and New England style, unless they're brewed so you can taste that alcohol, they generally are all, you know, pretty much of that ilk. So you're getting it here. It's really smooth. You get a lot of, you know, the ABV is really hidden in there well. Mango fans definitely need to apply. If you're not a mango fan, maybe it's something to avoid, but I think just beer, you know, fans in general, this is just as good as I remember it. Maybe not as juicy as I remember it being in that trip to Boston, but definitely still, you know, top dog in this category for me. All right, friends, that has been King Sue from Toppling Goliath Brewing Company in Decorah, Iowa. Have you had this beer? Have you had a chance to try this or Pseudo Sue yet? Do you have a preference of one over the other? Maybe you like Pseudo Sue better than King Sue? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below while you're down there. If you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell because I'm here talking about beer twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all for free for viewers just like you. And you might miss your newest favorite if you're not subscribed and getting those notifications. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. And remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries wherever they are. And most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.